Bad contracts in the NBA are very common. Some players have one good year, then get paid, and then fall off the cliff. Some get injured, some retire, but others are so bad that it's more beneficial for a team to not play them. Obviously, the players still get paid. What up guys, Purple Prince here, and today I'll tell you about 9 players who are still getting paid but don't even play. Number 1. Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters' career didn't look so bad in the beginning. In his rookie season with the Cavaliers, he averaged 14.7 points per game. Next year, he averaged almost 16 and improved his shooting percentages. It seems funny now how back in September of 2014, Waiters said that he and Kyrie are the best backcourt in the NBA. With LeBron James returning to Cleveland in 2014, his role diminished greatly. His minutes dropped down, he was a pure bench option now. During the season, he was traded to OKC, where he also didn't impress. He had somewhat of a resurgence with the Miami Heat when he averaged 15.8 points during the 2016-17 season. That netted him a brand new 4-year, $52 million contract with the Heat, which he still cashes in. He had some problems in Miami, was traded to Memphis where he didn't play a game, and was waived. He signed with the Lakers for the rest of the 2020 season and became an NBA champion. Not bad. This year, he's yet to play as he hasn't been signed by any team. But I'm sure he's okay, as he still receives $12.6 million from the Memphis Grizzlies, which is the 4th highest salary on the Grizzlies roster, and he receives it for basically not playing in the NBA. Number 2. Joakim Noah. Just a week ago, Joakim Noah retired from the NBA. The 2014 Defensive Player of the Year once was really good. The bulk of his highlights came playing with the Chicago Bulls. Back in 2014, he was even a candidate for the MVP award, but that was such a short period. The very next season, he played much worse. Then, he started to struggle with injuries. The Bulls didn't see him in their future anymore, but the Knicks did. And for some reason, even after playing so bad for 2 seasons, they decided to sign him to a 4-year, $72 million contract in 2016. Noah played just 2 seasons and a total of just 53 games with the Knicks before being waived. Then signed with the Grizzlies, where I guess every over-the-hill player goes at least once in his career, before finishing last season with the Clippers. And since the Knicks cut Noah using the stretch provision, they still are paying him $6.4 million this year. A cool gift for a retired player. Number 3. DeMarre Carroll. Once a very versatile player with the Atlanta Hawks, had his last good season in 2019 with the Brooklyn Nets. After struggling to get meaningful playing time for his first 3 seasons in the league, Carroll really blossomed in a starting small forward role with the Atlanta Hawks. Well, he never was one of the top small forwards in the game, but his defense and 3-point shooting was always considered an asset. Even after 2 breakout seasons though with the Hawks, Carroll failed to evolve further and always was just this 3-and-D guy. After 2 semi-successful seasons with Brooklyn, he signed a 3-year, $21 million deal with Brooklyn as a part of sign and trade with the Spurs in the summer of 2019. And then, his 3-point shot started to fail him. He struggled to get any playing time on the Spurs, and just 15 games into his new contract, Carroll was waived. He finished his 2020 season with the Houston Rockets, playing in 9 games and shooting just 25% from the 3. So far this season, he's not on any team, but he will still collect a cool $6.1 million from the Spurs. Number 4. Ryan Anderson. Back in 2014, Ryan Anderson was averaging 19.8 points per game and shooting 40.9% from the 3. As a power forward coming off the bench, he was averaging 17 points per game in his last season with the Pelicans in 2016. That performance landed him a brand new 4-year, $80 million deal with the Rockets. Playing on the same team with James Harden, his field goal attempts dropped from 14 to 10.7 a game. Subsequently, so did his averages. He wasn't a fit on the Rockets anymore, and after 2 seasons with them, he was traded to the Phoenix Suns. In Phoenix, he played a grand total of 15 games before being traded to the Miami Heat, where he played 10 games before being waived using the stretch provision. Last season, he played in just 2 games with the Rockets at the center spot. This season, he's out of a job, but he still gets $5.2 million from the Miami Heat. Not bad. Number 5. Luol Deng. The 6th highest paid player on the Lakers this year is none other than Luol Deng, and he last played for them in 2018. Back in his Chicago Bulls days, Luol Deng was a very good player, a hard-nosed defender who could shoot a three and rebound fairly well for his size. Chicago Bulls, or more specifically Tom Thibodeau, did milk the guy for all his worth. He constantly was one of the league's leaders in minutes per game. After milking him to death in Chicago, the Bulls later traded him to Cleveland, where he finished his 2014 season. Hoping that Deng could return to his previous form, the Miami Heat signed him to a 2-year deal. In Miami, he was okay, but nowhere near the peak of his career. The Lakers thought otherwise and signed Luol Deng to one of the worst contracts in recent NBA history. 4 years, $72 million for some really damaged goods. They are still paying for their mistake. In his first season with the Lakers, Deng averaged just 7.6 points per game, and next year he played for a total of 13 minutes and made $18 million. Very nice. The Lakers bought him out and waived using stretch provision. Deng then signed as a free agent with the Timberwolves, but played in just 22 games before announcing his retirement in 2019. He's still getting paid by the Lakers and will be next year as well, almost $5 million for being retired. Number 6. Jon Leuer. Jon Leuer was never anything special. He was basically your 4th big man to fill out the rotation. For the first 4 years of his career, he bounced around the league playing for 3 teams before finding a bit of footing in Phoenix. In one season there, Leuer averaged 8.5 points and 5.6 rebounds on 38.2% shooting from the 3. Detroit thought they'd be getting a good stretch 4 option, so they signed him to a 4-year, $41 million deal. He played okay, averaging 10.2 points per game, but his 3-point percentage dropped considerably to 29.3%. With Blake Griffin's arrival to Detroit, Leuer lost his minutes at the power forward spot and over the next 2 seasons played in just 49 total games with the Pistons. After the 2019 season, Leuer was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, who waived him using stretch provision. After failing to find a team for the 2020 NBA season, Jon Leuer announced his retirement from the NBA on May 25, 2020. Thanks to the signed contract back in the day, he's still getting paid though. This year, he'll get almost $3.2 million from the Milwaukee Bucks, and he's on the payroll for the same amount next year as well. Number 7. Dewayne Dedmon. Speaking of Detroit giving away money, they are paying Dewayne Dedmon even though he never played for them. Dedmon played for 4 teams in the first 4 years of his career before finding his real place in Atlanta. There, as a starting center, he enjoyed some real success, averaging 10.2 points and 7.7 rebounds in just 24.9 minutes per game. 2 strong seasons in Atlanta gave him a new 3-year, $40 million deal with the Kings. He never fit in Sacramento, so just 34 games into his new contract, he was traded back to Atlanta, where he finished the 2020 season. After the season, Atlanta traded him to the Detroit Pistons, and just 4 days later he was waived. This season he's not on any team, but his contract is stretched out all the way till 24-25 season, and every year up until 2025 he'll be getting up to $2.9 million from the Pistons. Number 8. Andrew Nicholson. 9 players on this year's Portland Trail Blazers team are getting paid more than Carmelo Anthony, and one of those players isn't even on the team. For the first 4 years of his NBA career, Andrew Nicholson was nothing more than a bench power forward for the Orlando Magic. He averaged just 15.1 minutes and scored 6.5 points per game. Somehow, someway, that performance landed him a 4-year, $26 million deal with the Wizards, who traded him just 28 games later to the Brooklyn Nets. 10 games later, he was traded to the Portland Trail Blazers, who then waived him. His contract was super stretched, so even though he's been out of the NBA since 2017, he's still getting paid and will be paid all the way till 2024, when he'll receive his final $2.8 million salary from the Trailblazers. And number 9. Monte Ellis. The original Splash Brother for Steph Curry was once one of the better shooting guards in the whole NBA. In his best seasons with the Warriors, he religiously averaged more than 20 points per game, with his best season coming in 2010 when he was the 6th best scorer in the league, averaging 25.5 points per game. With the drafting of Klay Thompson, Monte Ellis became expendable for the Warriors. He continued his career in Milwaukee and still continued to score, but soon enough everyone realized that his scoring numbers are somewhat boosted. He still could score, but did so ineffectively, shooting in the lower to mid-40s percentage-wise, and his 3-ball percentage frequently dropped even below 30%. After 2 seasons in Milwaukee, he went to Dallas, where he continued to average 19 points per game, inefficiently. Before the 2015-16 NBA season, Monta Ellis signed with the Indiana Pacers for 4 years and $44 million. And it was a nightmare. His numbers dropped significantly, and after just his second season with the Pacers, where he averaged just 8.5 points per game, Monta Ellis was waived using the stretch provision. Indiana Pacers will still pay more than $2.2 million this year and next year for a guy who's been out of the NBA since 2017 and is retired. Such is life. So here you go, guys, 9 players who are still getting paid even though they aren't playing at this moment. Which contract of these do you think is the most egregious? Which player had the biggest downfall from his glory days? Which player didn't even deserve the contract he got? Whatever your thought is, please leave your comment down below. Don't forget to put up a like for all them non-working millionaires, and please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, enable bell notifications to not miss any of my videos in the future. Thank you very much for watching. This is Purple Prince, and I'm out.